Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. Today I'm doing a declutter. I have gone through all of my blushes and all of my bronzers and most of my highlighters. There's a few highlighters that I still need to test, and I'm going to keep working on them over Christmas, so there might be some more declutters of highlighter, but this is blush, bronzer, and highlighter. Actually, I'm not quite through all my blushes. I have some that are in a Z palette that I'm working on. I'm testing on all of those, but I did declutter one of them today, so there's like 5 maybe left. I'm not going to get through them all this trip, unfortunately, to my parents. They'll sit there and they'll wait till next year. Anyway, if you are interested in seeing what I decluttered, what I am going to be passing along, maybe tossing, just keep watching. If you've tried any of these, if you have thoughts and opinions on any of these, let me know down below. I hope you're all having a fantastic day as we start this. Okay, I'm just going to go into this glossy box that I have. We're just going to start. It's not necessarily going to be in order. Yeah, I guess I can swatch things. First up, we have this one from Care Bears and Wet n Wild. This is Let Your Light Shine. It's so cute. I love the little guy here. Now with this one, it's just not my speed. I'm not sure about my Care Bears. If I have them already, I'm going to go double check if I already have them, they're just going to move in. I mean, if I don't have them in my, like, it's just too orangey. Not a good shade match for me. Okay, I was getting tongue-tied. If I have them already in my like souvenir collection, I will pass these along. But I'm not sure if I do or if these are my only versions. If they are my only versions, I will keep them just for nostalgia's sake. But otherwise, they will be passed along. I don't love the look of the highlighter on my skin, and I didn't love the look of the bronzer on my skin. So those are going. Then we get to Tarte. This is the shade Blissful. And this, I don't know. This one I think I was getting hard pan on, and that's part of it. Yeah, it's not even showing up. So I might try to do the lifting technique, but I think this one is probably going to be one that I toss. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. So those are the ones that were on the top, just hanging out. Now let's go on to some of the creams that I have. So this first one is, the infamous Orgasm from NARS. It's too pale. I don't like it. It's too pale. And it's just, I don't know, not my favorite type of a shade. Then I have this one from Kiss and Smink. And this is the shade Tulum, which is basically that same shade. A little darker, a little bit more pigment. I'm not loving those peachy, shimmery blushes on my skin right now. Even the one I have on, I don't really love it either. So this one is a Universal Beauty, and this is in the shade 04 Nectar. And that's what it looks like. This one was a little bit better, but still, I'm not a big fan of cream blushes as it is. And then to have, I don't know. And then the shades, not a big fan. This was the Z palette that I'm decluttering. I don't know what this shade is. It's pretty. It's almost the same. Very, very similar. Not a fan. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. And I don't love it. I don't love it. I'm not loving it on my skin. So we're decluttering it. I have another chart that I'm decluttering. This is Captivating. Now, not all of them had that hard pan that Blissful did. Blissful seemed to be the one that was that. A little too peachy for my taste. And then we have Kisses, which is just a small one. It's very similar to all these other shades that we're looking at. A little bit darker, but yeah, just nothing captivating me. We have 2 from Benefit. That one's upside down. We have Georgia and we have Dandelion. These are the old box blushes. I used to love Dandelion, but it is so light now. I just felt like what's the point? Like, you can't even really see it. Georgia, same thing, but it's also that super shimmery, just not loving that look right now. And then I have this one. This one's old. This is Sephora and Pantone when they did this, and this is in Radiant Orchid, which was the color of the year so many years ago. It's a cream. That's what it looks like. I just stuck my finger in it because I dropped it and it opened, and I was like, oops. This one is so pigmented. You can blend it out, but I'm not really a big purple on my cheeks fan either, is what I've discovered. This next one, this is it's supposed to be a baked highlighter from Well People, and it's in the shade 1 Universal Glow. I will say this has like no glow. I was thinking of using this as a setting powder, but it's just like white. It doesn't have any, it's not a highlighter. Maybe it's a matte highlighter, but but no, I didn't like how it looked on my skin when I used it all over as a setting powder either. So it's not going to be used as a setting powder either. I don't know. It's weird. Let me know if you got this in a subscription box and what you did with it. Another super oldie one is this Neutrogena Healthy Skin. This is in the shade Sunkissed 30. I got this for a performance because they're like, you're too pale. You need to darken up everywhere. So I was just like putting this everywhere on my skin. It's okay, but it's a little, I don't know. Maybe a little too dark. Just not my bronzer shade, if that makes sense. Wet n Wild. This was one of the originally Fergie collabs. This is in the shade, what shade is this? Boozy Brunch. And then they re-released them, and I was so excited to get this one. It is way too dark for me. That is way too dark as a highlighter. So it's beautiful. I do think some of the Wet n Wild highlighters, I was like, what is the word? Are beautiful, but that one is just too dark for me. From Kiko Milano, this is a Festival Glow Baked Bronzer in the shade 1, Honey Dream. This one is too orangey for me. Just not a big fan of it. As you can see, it's like, I don't know, definitely a different tone. We can build it up a little bit, but yeah, did not like yellow. That's what it is. It's more of a yellow toned, and that did not work on my skin tone. I'm decluttering one of my Too Faced blushes. I know, shocking. This is the Cloud Crush in Watermelon Rain. I really wanted this shade. It looked so beautiful. Look at how beautiful that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. It is way too dark for my skin. Even if I try to like blend it out and go in, it just too dark. I really wanted it to work. It just didn't. All right, everything else left are blushes, sorry. They're mostly blushes. I had so many blushes. I still have over 100 blushes with this declutter. Yeah, it's crazy. We have MAC. This is Fairly Precious Extra Mention Blush. Once again, just kind of that peachy, shimmery look. Not for me. Opposite end of this spectrum is this Ethereal Glow from Hourglass. It is just so pale. It is almost, it's like ghost-like. I don't know. It was not for me. From Lottie London, I think I have maybe a couple of these. I do. Yes, this is one of their ombre blushes. This was in the shade Haze. I was not a fan of these formulas. That actually doesn't look too bad, but on the cheeks, I was not a fan of it at all. And then I also have Serene, which is just way too light. But actually they look a lot better. I think they just were difficult to work with on the face because it's been a while since I tested these out, but I wore each one of these at least one day, and I was like looking at how they performed, how they looked on the skin, and they did not make the cut. Those ones did not make the cut. This next one is beautiful, but I had two of it. So I was like, I'm going to pass one along. That looks really nice. This is Ciate London Matchmaker. My other one does not look nearly as this nice, but it is a really pretty kind of light shade. It does have some shimmer to it, but it's not that peachy shimmer. So I do like that one. Then I have V Cosmetic. This is in Magnolia. This came in probably in Ipsy. I have a lot of these from Ipsy's. I think it was just too dark. I think that was the main thing, was that it just did not want to blend out. I don't remember other than that. Dear Beach, I have never heard of this before this. It is in the shade Venice. It is a lip and cheek tint. I do not do lip and cheek tints. I'm not going to be putting this on my lips and my cheeks. It's so light. Like, it just kind of disappears into nothing. Feels like nothing. But I think that's just, yeah, not something I gravitate towards. And then this one, I guess this is a shimmering blush from Jane. Who remembers Jane? I loved Jane Cosmetics. I wish they would come back. I think they were fantastic. But this one, just, I don't know what this was supposed to be, because it's like, you can kind of build it up a little bit and you can get different shades. This one is like all of them, and this one's just the ones in the middle. But it's just, I think it's time to go. It's time for it to go to the makeup graveyard. Probably keep it as a collector's piece just because of my nostalgia, but not something I would pass along. In case you were wondering, so far the Jane I am not going to pass along. The Tarte, I'm going to see if I can get the hard pan off with tape. Like, I've seen people do that. I've never tried it, but I'm going to try it. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to toss that one. All the other ones, I'm going to see if my friends want them. Maybe the Sephora Pantone. I don't know. I have a friend who might like that. Okay, next up is this one from Bare Minerals. This is the shade Gorgeous. It is a blush. I'm just going to kind of, can I pick it? Okay, I can pick up a little bit. It was, why didn't I like this one? It's kind of a pretty shade. It probably just didn't look great on my skin tone with a full face. But that one I'm questioning. But I already went through these. I'm not going to unquestion them. This is the Lorac Panorama. It was part of their like Ladies Who Brunch line. Just that light purple. Not a great look for me. NYX, this is it's the shade Foreplay. Gotta love those names. This is a very dry formula. It's I felt like it didn't perform very well. You can barely see it. Not one I enjoyed. Violet Voss, this is Make Me Blush. And it's just a little too dark. Violet Voss can be very pigmented, and yeah, that's why this one was a no-go. Next up we have from Bang Beauty. This is Smoked Peach. This is another one of those same type of a shade. Just not loving it on my skin anymore. So that one's gone. This, what is this? Shimmering Blush Palette. It doesn't tell me a brand. It was one of those dollar ones at Ulta. Just a little too shimmering. Not really into that look. Laura Geller Baked Blush in Rosewater. Just a little too dark. It's pretty, but just a little too much. I want something that obviously is there, but I don't want something that's so unnatural. Like, it's really funny talking about the blush blindness. I've seen some videos on it, the eyebrows as well. And I feel like I've been kind of aware of blush, and I want it to be there, but I don't want it to look clownish, if that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of these are a little too clownish. And then we have this one from ColourPop. This is Let's Dance. These are the biggest pain in the butt to open. It's way harder than it needs to be. And half of the reason, one, it's kind of a patchy mess. That was a double swatch. I just didn't go on well, and the packaging is horrendous. It's so cute, but it's such a pain to open. Yeah, just these next four are all ones that are staying in my collection, but they're going to be archived. We have the It's a Small World collection from ColourPop. Did not love all of these shades. So we have Happiest Cruise. It is this beautiful dark purple. Just a little too dark for my skin tone. Also does not want to really come off. There, finally. That I went in way harder than I thought I was going to have to. Then we have Dancing Darlings, which is another very pretty. I think the shades in here are beautiful. They just were not for my blush tone, for my tone. Ooh. And then we have Round the World, which is the very viral kind of pinky shade that everybody is loving, that I honestly don't love on me. And that hardly had anything. Okay, go in again. A little bit better now. The other one is from Wet n Wild and Marilyn Monroe. This is the shade Rose, and it's just, I didn't love it. I think it's too shimmery. It's similar to the peachy ones, just a little bit more rosy, but not a shade that I would really reach for. Then we have this little guy from The Balm. It's a Date. You Make Me Blush. Is that the shade? Or maybe It's a Date is the shade. So that's what it looks like. It's hardly there. And these ones will fall out of the packaging like crazy because they don't have any glue in them anymore. So they're recyclable, which is awesome, but also not the easiest as like packaging. We have Orgasm X from NARS. This is just that same famous shade, but brighter, way brighter. Yeah, nope. Not for me. And then our last two in this next 8, I've been doing kind of 8 swatches at a time, are 2 from The Balm. These are both in stain. We have Argyle and we have Swiss Dot. I loved the packaging on these. I love The Balm. I think they make the most beautiful packaging. This one is just, they are too strong. These blushes are just too strong. Did I show you Swiss Dot? This one is actually not too bad. But that's Swiss Dot. So the Argyle is not too bad, but like I said, we're not re-questioning because we tried these all and we know that we didn't like them, that I didn't like them. So we're not going back on it. Okay, next up we have another one from The Balm. I do like The Balm. This is just not all my shades. This is the shade Down Boy. This one feels really powdery. Yeah, not a fan. We have from Revlon, this is Ravishing Rose. This is another one that's kind of like in that same family, very, very light though, of Papa Don't Peach and all of that. I did keep my Papa Don't Peach though. We have Madison Miller and Ofra. This is All I Need Is Love. And, a chunk just fell on my lap. Very powdery. Not a fan of that one. I have one other Madison Miller. This is Sweet Stuff. And this one feels very dry compared to the other one. I like this formula a little bit better though. Yeah, just not for me. Then I have this one from Wet n Wild. This is the shade Don't Flutter Yourself. These were beautiful, but they're not really blushes to me. They are kind of like this hybrid. They are very, very shiny, but they said they're blushes. They're just too much blush. And then Obsessed from Urban Decay. This is the Afterglow. Another one of that like bubblegum pink that's been so popular. I don't love it on me. Not a fan on me. Okay, rounding it out, finishing it up, I have my 2 face blushes. I was shocked that I'm decluttering all of these. This is Apricot in the Act. You have a like shimmery and a non-shimmery. We're just going to swirl them both together. Let's see. Maybe we will do the matte next to it just so that you kind of get a sense So Apricot in the Act. That one's a no. We also have Berries and Bubbly. Same thing. So we'll do the swirl and then the matte. So light. So light on this one. Very, very light, unfortunately. We have this Like My Melons. These names, man. These names. So I went to sparkly on this first one. This one was probably my favorite, but it's a little too pigmented for my skin tone, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I feel very scattered right at the moment. Sorry. This one, Strawberry, I have 2 of this one, and I think that's why I decided to let this one go. But I feel like this is one that I've actually used. That's so pretty. But also very, very strong. Like, that's not me. And then finally, we have Papaya Pop and yeah, very, just a little too much for me. Okay, I'm back with another highlighter that I'm decluttering. It's actually the highlighter I'm wearing today. I'm keeping the blush. It's a little much for the blush, I will say that. But this MAC highlighter, this is wrapped in gold. I wanted to love this, and it's beautiful. I love the little bows on it. You can see them. They're so cute. But it is just, it's a little chunky. I don't know. I don't love the shade on me. It was a little too much today. I was like, I put it on and I was like, no, nope, nope. It was way too much on my cheeks in real life. Maybe not on camera, but it's going to be decluttered. Just wanted to add one more thing that's being decluttered in this. So this is what I get for filming before I finish testing out every blush. I'm also decluttering this guy. I have no idea what it is. It has no label on it, but that's what the blush I'm wearing today. I just not loving it. It looks so like muddy on my skin. So I don't know, decluttering it because I just don't like it with my skin tone. And yeah, so you won't see another one that I'm decluttering because I'm going to wear a blush that I know I like tomorrow because I'm leaving and I won't have time to film. Okay, that is it. That is all of the, gotta clean my fingers off. That is all of my blushes, bronzers, and highlighters that I'm decluttering. Currently, I still have a whole bunch. I have been working on inventorying. I haven't inventoried my highlighters yet. I feel like I'm missing some highlighters. I feel like I have more than I know where they are. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on what I decluttered, if you would have kept any of the ones that I'm keeping. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.